Hey, Sam, it's so good to be with you. And it's about time we finally got some good economic news after this insane 2 month long lockdown. But boy, what a blockbuster day Friday was. And it shows, Sam, sometimes the quote experts that we're always supposed to listen to can get it completely wrong. They said 8 million lost jobs we were going to have in May, and instead we had 2.5 million new jobs. And maybe some of these PhD economists should turn in their degrees.
These are the same guys who probably did the health models for the Wuhan, China flu there. 200 million people were supposed to be infected. So help me out there. So these eggheads are we're gonna have 20% unemployment. It comes in at 13. That's a big. You really you missed the LZ at that point, Steve Moore from Heritage.
Well, by the way, I have to say, even I was wrong about this. I mean, I thought we were going to get a much worse number than we did. But now people are wondering what happened. Why is it that we got such a better number than anybody expected? I think the answer is very clear on that, Sam. It's because you have states like Tennessee, and you have states like Texas, and you have states like Florida with the great Ron DeSantis, the governor there, and Georgia with the great Governor Kemp. And by the way, do you remember what they said about Kemp 3 or 4 weeks ago, Sam? Remember the vile things they said about him? Oh, he's got blood on his hands, and he's going to cause all these thousands and thousands of deaths in Georgia if he opens up the economy. Of course, they open up the economy. Those states have had some of the biggest declines in their death rates. And so what these governors are showing is you can get people back to work.
I feel bad. I'll post a pic of me out. I was out last Wednesday or Thursday with a client enjoying a fine steak and my favorite scotch, the favorite brown liquid from Scotland. And I posted up there. I'm like, and people are like, oh, we can't go out yet. I wish we could. Why can't we go out? When I traveled to Philly last month for my mom's funeral, that place was super duper locked down. I couldn't get into it. And no restaurants, nothing.
So what we are, by the way, stop bragging. The rest of us who haven't been to a restaurant in 2 months, we're not real happy about that. I live in the People's Republic of Maryland, where our governor and our mayor won't allow us to open up things. And anyway, but the point that's happening, you may raise a really good point, Sam. What's happening in America is the divide between red state America and blue state America is so exposed now. First of all, what were the countries, the states that had the biggest outbreaks of coronavirus? Well, New York, New Jersey, California, Illinois. What do those states all have in common? Well, they're all run by liberal Democrats. Where was the most criminal mistakes made? Well, in New York. By the way, remember 3 weeks ago, CNN was saying, oh, Andrew Cuomo, he should be the next president of the United States. He's so smart and he's so erudite. Meanwhile, he's letting thousands of old people die in the nursing homes because of his incompetence. And meanwhile, we see great governors in the red states, like I mentioned Ron DeSantis and Kemp and Abbott of Texas. You're lucky you live in a red state there, Sam, and it makes all the difference in the world. You have freedom. You have businesses opening up. You have jobs being created, and you have safety and good public health measures there. There's a lesson to be learned here, folks. What the election in November is going to be really about when it comes to Biden versus Trump is do you want America to look more like New York and Illinois, or do you want America to look like Texas and Florida that are booming?
Amen. Point made. Steve Moore, real quick, 30 seconds. How do you think June will look? Everyone was surprised by the incredible economic good news of May. You're part of Team Trump. Economics, what do you think June will look like?
I think we're going to see a continued good news. Now, look, I don't want to sugarcoat this, Sam. We lost 20 economy rolling again.
Roger that, sir. Listen, Democrats had their state epic fail convention in Texas online. Right, looting is okay, but they don't want to get together, for this. And they had Joe Biden, who was forced to do a pre-recorded message to the Democrats online. He's in town.
And by the way,
listen,
how is it?
I was going to say, hey, real quick, he's here in
How
Houston
is it-
for the George Floyd funeral. He's here, but they're not letting him on the mic. He's like another pre-recorded speech, which is just, oh my gosh. Anyway, final thoughts, Steve Moore. Go.
Yeah, I find it thought of this. Explain to me why in the blue states and blue cities you're able to loot and put on fire a immigrant hairdressing store, but you can't open the store.
Bro, wish I had thought of that.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's the hypocrisy of the left. So you can burn the business down, but you can't open it up.
Well said. Steve Moore, get out of here. Have a blessed day. And tell the president we said hello.
Will do.